You're watching the Weiss channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about factoring. For example, we're going to factor 16x squared plus 56. Now, 16x squared is the same as 8 times 2xx. 56 is 8 times 7. What's common to those two terms? Well, 8. So we take out 8. Write it down. In parentheses, what's not crossed out? 2x squared plus 7. That's called factoring. 5x to the third minus 15x squared, or 5xxx minus 5 times 3xx. What's common? A 5 and 2 x's. That's 5x squared. What's not crossed out? X minus 3. X minus 3. Okay? When you start to see what's going on, you're going to be able to just go ahead and skip this middle step here. Okay? 36x to the fourth plus 48x to the seventh. 36 is 12 times 3. 48 is 12 times 4. So there's 4 x's here. There's 7 x's here. What's common? A 12 and 4 x's. So 12x to the fourth. What's left is the 3 plus 4x to the third. 3 plus 4x to the third. That's how you do it. Okay? Now, 42x to the fifth minus 7x to the third. 42 is 7 times 6 with 5 x's. And 7 is 1 times 7 with 3 x's. All right, what's common? A 7 and 3 x's. So 7x to the third. What's left? 6 and 2 x's, 6x squared. What's left here though, after you've crossed out 7x to the third, you're left with a 1, right? So 1 goes here, not 0, okay? This is a huge thing to remember. Biggest mistake students make is they say 6x squared minus 0, or just leave 6x squared. You need that 1 like a placeholder, right? Okay, 1. So we're going to do this without the middle step. 20x to the fourth plus 45x to the fifth. What number is common? 5. 5 goes into 20 and 45. How many x's are common? It's always going to be the lower exponent. Here's x to the fourth, x to the fifth. So there's 4 x's that are common, if that makes sense. So 5x to the fourth. What's left if you take out 5x to the fourth from 20x to the fourth? Well, 4, right? Because 5 times 4 is 20. So if you take out 5 from 45, you're left with 9, right? Because 5 times 9 is 45. We took out 4 x's, so there's 1 x left. There you go. Negative 12x to the third minus 32x to the fourth. They both have 4 common and x to the third. So you're left with negative 3 plus 8x. Okay. X squared y to the fifth plus xy to the fourth. How many x's are common? 1x. How many y's are common? 4. xy to the fourth. What's left? You took out an x, you're left with an x. You took out 4 y's, you're left with 1 y. But here you took out xy to the fourth. What's left is 1. Be careful there, okay? xy to the fourth times xy plus 1. Now, remember x plus 3 times x minus 3 gives you x squared minus 9 when you FOIL, right? X times x is x squared. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9, right? And if you FOIL, right, outer is minus 3x, inner is plus 3x, so the middle term drops out here. And if we go backwards, right, x squared minus 9, and you factor. What times what makes x squared? X times x. And what times what makes negative 9 is positive 3 and negative 3, right? So to take that one step further, we're going to say 49 minus x to the fourth y to the fourth. What times what makes 49? 7 times 7. What times what makes x to the fourth y to the fourth? X squared y squared. One's plus, one's minus. What times what makes 64? 8 times 8. X to the 6th, y to the 2nd is x to the 3rd, y. What times what makes negative 1? Positive 1, negative 1. Recall that x plus 7 times x plus 4, first, outer, inner, last. X squared. Outer is 4x, inner is 7x. Add them together to get 11x plus 28, right? X squared plus 11x plus 28. X minus 9, x plus 5 gives you x squared plus 5x minus 9x is minus 4x. And negative 9 times positive 5 is negative 45. X squared minus 4x minus 45. So we're going to factor x squared plus 15x plus 50. X times x is x squared. What times what makes 50 that added together makes 15? 10 and 5. X squared minus x minus 20. What times what makes negative 20 that added together makes negative 1? X minus 5, x minus 4. X times x makes x squared. What times what makes negative 40 that added together makes positive 3? Positive 8, negative 3. What times what makes negative 36 that added together makes negative 5? Negative 9, positive 4. What times what makes positive 56 that added together makes negative 15? You need a negative times a negative to make a positive, right? So negative 7, negative 8. Negative 7 times negative 8 is positive 56. Negative 7 plus negative 8 is negative 15. You've been watching the Weiss channel.